Hi.
Hi, it's us, Boddhicitta again.
Okay. Today I am going to interview you.
Okay,
Yeah, about fortune telling.
right, fortune telling.
Yeah. So, um, do you know why the reason I want to interview you?
No?
Because this is your job. Daily, you interview people. So today I interviewed you. This is karma.
Okay.
Okay, just kidding. Anyways, okay. First question. Do you believe in fortune telling?
Yeah,
Why?
because it's accurate.
Accurate. Accurate.
Yes.
How accurate?
Well, it does tell our fortune, it does tell our fate, and
Any examples?
any examples. For example, when we try to tell the fortune of a person, and sometimes it's quite often that we see something that we don't want to see. For example, we will see he probably will have an accident next year, or probably he will lose his job, or something even worse. Of course, there are good things also, but well, we always prefer to see good things instead of bad things, but bad things do happen, right? But so whenever we see these signs, and quite unfortunately they do happen.
Okay. Second question. There are a lot of different tools to do fortune telling. So, what kind of tool or tools you know well?
Or I would say I'm more familiar with 紫微斗数.
智慧斗数.
Yeah, it's a direct pronunciation of the Chinese name of this method, because I'm not aware that it has a real English translation.
Can you tell me more about 智慧斗数?
It's a method. It's a methodology adopted by a lot of fortune teller, and it's a theory, and it has a very long history, and we do not know exactly when it appears, because it's a theory that has incorporated a lot of different theories, methods, and astronomy, mathematics, a lot of these, and for the past thousands years in Chinese history. So someone say that this methodology, 紫微斗数, was invented by a person called Chen Bok, and in the Song Dynasty. But well, we know that it's not true, because the theory of 紫微斗数 is too comprehensive and complicated, and it has incorporated many of methodology, and it's just impossible for one person to simply invent that. And we know that this methodology has been there for many centuries, and it has passed many dynasties, and it has been perfected and improved over times, and it has gone through thousands of years of history, and it's the theory we know now.
Okay. So, do you think 智慧斗数 or fortune telling is a kind of superstition?
Well, I don't think it's a superstition, because first we need to define what superstition is. If we define superstition as believing in something that we cannot explain by science, then probably it would be it would be superstitious in that way, because 100 years ago there are a lot of phenomena that we cannot explain by science. So, but they can be explained by science now. So I don't think we would call these phenomena as superstitions. So it is not appropriate for us to simply define something as a superstition if we cannot explain it by science nowadays, because we might be able to explain it after a century or two. So yeah, why don't we just believe it if we if we have experienced that it is accurate, then we can simply believe that it is something real. It's just that we are not able to explain by science now.
So you don't think fortune telling is superstition?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So I don't know what's next. How about some people criticize you as a Buddhist, and then you do fortune telling? There's a contradiction.
Well, I don't think there's any contradiction at all, because if you remember that Guru Rinpoche actually learned feng shui and fortune telling from Manjushri, so are we going to criticize Guru Rinpoche for doing that? We won't, right?
Okay, so do you think what kind of people need to do fortune telling?
Well, basically, everyone can do fortune telling. I would not say that anyone really need fortune telling, because whether you do fortune telling or not, your fate is not going to change. So if something is going to happen this year, whether or not you did fortune telling, it is going to happen anyway. But if we do fortune telling, so probably we have an idea of what might happen in this year, so we can be mentally prepared for that. And probably, of course, we cannot prevent it from happening or try to avoid that, because that's not how karma works. But at least you can do something to prepare for that. For example, if I suspect that I might get involved in a car accident this year, I may not be able to avoid that accident, but at least I can buy an accident insurance, right?
Okay, this is a really important question, but I forgot to ask in Cantonese.
Right.
Okay, do you believe that we can change the destiny?
Well, the question is yes. The answer is yes and no. No, because we cannot completely change our destiny. So I cannot do something trying to substitute my life with the life of Mr. Li Ka-shing. It's just not possible. But at the same time, we know that fortune telling is actually telling your fortune at the time by using the time you were born. So it means that at the time you were born, when we insert your time, the time of your birth into this methodology, we already know your destiny. It means that your entire fate has been determined at the time when you were born. So whilst this is actually how karma works. So we are going to live this life. We have our fate because of the karma we accumulated in our past life, right? So if we manage to change a little bit of these karma, then probably our life will be a little bit different from what we were supposed to live through. Of course, by saying that changing karma, it doesn't say that I can totally switch the karma I accumulated. But well, our guru always use an example when he tries to explain karma, is that karma is just like you have borrowed money from a bank. So if you borrowed money, then you have to pay interest and you have to repay that. So karma is like a debt, and if we practice well, then you can repay. You can make more repayment, then the interest would be it would be less. So this could probably change a little bit of our destiny. But even if you make a little bit more repayment on each installment, you're still in debt, right? So it won't switch your position and turn you from a debtor into a creditor, but at least we can at least do something to try to minimize our debt and the interest payable. And so in that sense, we can say that our destiny is not completely unchangeable, but yeah.
Can you explain more by giving us daily example? Like in reality, we do something and then maybe we change something.
Well, it's this kind of example is quite hard to give because it might be hypothetical. Well, because if something has happened, it has happened. If something has not happened, we are not going to know how it would happen, and yeah, so it's quite hypothetical, and it's quite hard to give example. But if I'm really going to have to, if I do have to give an example, then probably I would say, for example, if I kill someone in my past life, and so this year, in this life, I'm meant to be hit by his car, and probably it would kill me, or probably it would not, but at least it would seriously injure me, right? But if I practice well and I practice a lot of mantra, I do a lot of good things. I accumulate a lot of good karma and try to dedicate these good karma to him. Then probably I would be less seriously injured. So at least it doesn't kill me. It wouldn't kill me, or at least it just break one leg, not two, not four limbs. Well, yeah, something like that.
Okay, so anything you want to tell us?
Yeah, if you remember, if you have read our post, then you would remember that we do offer fortune telling service. So if you are interested in knowing your destiny, or if you want to want to have a chat, please feel free to contact us.
Yeah, us.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So please like us. Thank you.
Thank you.